My name is Eric Brooks. I go to Luke Seymour, and I live in Ward 7.
Okay, do you like your community?
No, because there's too much police, drugs, kids. It's just unsafe for the kids with the drugs and violence, police officers. I wouldn't want them to be around that growing up.
And why do you think it's so much violence? Like, where do you think it's coming from?
Most likely from the youth who seen it happen. And most likely probably the government who's giving it to us.
And if you can do one thing to change the community, what would that be?
I don't know what I can do to change the community.
Would you like to do something to change the community?
Sure. I would love to. I wouldn't want my kids, my future kids, to grow up in a negative community at all.
I hear ambulances every day and police sirens every day. That make me feel like something bad happening every day. Not even something bad, but somebody could be getting hurt every day and you don't know. All you know is you see an ambulance. That could be your mother getting hurt and you don't even know because you're not with her, you're somewhere else.
And then it's an everyday thing to just see. I know I see people get locked up mostly every day. And to see people get locked up every day, you will end up thinking like, am I gonna be like that? Are those my shoes? It's just not what you want, for real. I don't care what it is, what you've been through. Everybody been through too much, but you can't let.
I am Tumaini, DC. I represent the hope that I want to see in my family and community. I will be the voice of young people in my community and abroad. Mediocrity is not acceptable. High expectations are the norm. I will serve in my community so that I am qualified to lead. I will reach my full potential and contribute positively to society. I will promote peace, respect, love, responsibility, hope, commitment, diversity, and freedom everywhere I go. I am Tumaini, DC.
My brother, he's 26 years old. He barely know that because he does PCP. And he come in the house, luncheon and everything else. And one night when I stayed at my mother's house, he came in the house messing with me. And I was asleep. So he came over there, messed with me, and I said, get out my face before I punch you or something like that. And so I did. When he came in my face, he said, do it. So then he started choking me out. And my mother sat right beside me and ain't do nothing but gonna tell me, Jeanette, you better leave him alone, well, because he could hurt you. But he sat right there choking me, but she ain't do nothing. And that's what he do. And sometimes he don't know where he live. And he come in the house, steal her car, taking her money, stealing my stuff. My stuff and getting stuff on my life. Because I got people that do drugs, prostitutes, and everything else in my family. So I hope my family go through a whole lot.
How does that make you feel?
I mean, when I got my father, he's my support team. So when I talk to him, it makes me feel better about everything. I mean, like with my family, like they do all this stuff, but they good people. Like, but sometimes they just feel the urge to go get high, and they come back, and they do this, and then go to rehab, come home, be fine for a couple of months, and they go back out there.
And so do you feel like that you will go down that path, or do you feel like you have a more positive future?
I got a more positive future because I can't even do what they do, like even weed. I can't smoke no weed, can't drink or none of that. I don't get the good vibe what I do.
Okay. And so how do you think programs like Tumaini DC help you when you're going through that or experiencing those kind of things in your family?
Because I can come here and talk to y'all about everything and be open and just like get it off my chest. And then I always get a good response and get some good advice from y'all.
All right, and do you think you have a peer support system here also?
Mm-hmm.
You dead.
He can just stop it.
If he step on you, he be dead. This is what I'm saying. If a lion came in here and straight just like mauled one of y'all that like a lion, we'd be dead meat. But the point that I'm making is opportunities, they pass by. If our opportunities come sit on us, they be too heavy for us to actually hold on and grab onto. So we gotta start what? Looking for opportunity, man. I'm looking for this lick. They gonna get it tonight. He gonna get it. Then all of a sudden you hit that lick. Whoop whoop. That's the day you get locked up. Cause you know what? You waited for an opportunity to come sit in your hands, something that wasn't meant for you, something that's too heavy for you to carry, and a burden that wasn't even yours. You took on another man's burden. Now you gotta get punished for that. You got to. You see? So we can't wait on opportunity, man. I'm just waiting for the right time. Somebody gonna give me a GED. Somebody gonna give me a high school diploma. Somebody gonna give me a job too. Might give y'all nothing. Might give us nothing. Black man is at the bottom of the totem pole, gentlemen. Bottom of the barrel. But when we come out and we work and we do the right things and we blossom and we work with the right mentors and right leadership, man, we're the cream of the crop. And there's no person in the world that people don't love helping more than a black man that's doing the right thing. Young black brother like yourself, young black brother like yourself, a young black brother that understands who he is, what's his place, and what's the mission. Everybody's gonna love to help. Not everybody like everybody meet, but the majority of the people who understand your movement. You understand what I'm saying? So we're not gonna get nowhere by ourselves. We're not gonna get nowhere from our way of thinking. Our way of thinking is like small, it's distorted, it gets twisted from time to time. So it's gonna take a, damn, hey Ellis, yeah, what's up? What's up, Jordan? Listen, man, I had this thought, oh, I was about to do this, about to do that. Nah, man, look, how about you do this or do that? You know, you'll get a better result. Oh, all right, cool.
I love helping people, but I'm not really into medicine. I'm not really into the medical field. But I want to make my mom proud. What is my struggle? What is my struggle right now?
You don't really want to do it.
I don't want to do it. So I'm battling between who I am and who someone else wants me to be, or what someone else expects me to be. What is the best decision that I can make?
Do what's best for you.
Do what's best for me. And how do I do what's best for me and still make that person proud? Eric. Live your own life. Okay, I want to live my own life. I want to do best for me, but I still want to make my mama proud. How do I do that?
Do something else.
Okay, she said do both. What else?
Do what you want to do but succeed at it.
Do what you want to do but succeed at it. Is there anybody in this world who has been mad at success? Do you think that if I become the top, if Tumaini DC becomes the best nonprofit in DC because we serve over, I don't know, 20,000 youth in DC. Do you think my mama gonna be mad at that? Girl, forget Tumaini DC. You still should have been a doctor. Do you think she'll say that? So I love what Janae said. She said, do what you want to do, but do your very best. Be good at it. Make sure that you're the best, whatever it is that you want to be.
Hi, my name is Deja Charles, and today I enjoyed the program because everybody was full of energy, everybody had good energy around me, everybody was giving good answers, I gave good answers, and everybody was having so much fun at the same time as well as working. So I'm very thankful for the people who are helping us, this SYP. I'm thankful for them. I'm thankful for the people that we have in the classroom as well as the whole community of people that's helping the youth people, because it's a very good thing that they're doing for us, because some kids are out on the street and now some people are in the buildings working with older adults, our role models. So I'm just so thankful for that.
I was born and raised in Bury Farm, DC by Anacostia. At the age of 12, we was evicted from my house. We was there since I was born, like I said. Then once we was evicted, my mom was in and out of the hospital. That's why we got evicted. She couldn't pay the rent. So we was forced to move with my sister, who was also getting evicted. So we had to hurry up and find a house, which we found a house in Maryland. We lived there for a year. Then we got evicted again, so we was forced to move into the shelter. And the reason why we was getting evicted was because my mom was dealing with cancer. So once we was in the shelter for about a month, thank you God, because we was in there for long. We found the house where we live at now on Mississippi Avenue. We moved there when I was 13. We lived there for about a year. Well, we still lived there, but a year later, I got pregnant with my daughter. I was 15 years old, struggling, trying to make ends meet, still going to school. I got an HD busing. It was very hard, and my mom is a single mom. She would take care of me and my youngest brother. My youngest brother is 12. So me and her were trying to take care of stuff. So I got on TANF and food stamps for me and my daughter. I had her July 8, 2013. I still go to HD. This is my senior year. And now I'm also a single mom. Me and my child's father is not together. He don't want to be in her life at all. Now I'm going through court, trying to get custody and child support for my child because he don't want to be a part of her life.
And how does that, you know, you have a very phenomenal story, I'll just say, and you know, I can understand the struggle of being a single mom, and especially trying to juggle, you know, school and your own goals, your own success, but also providing a good life for your daughter. If you could paint a beautiful picture for your daughter, what would that look like?
I would still paint her father in it because he trying, but he isn't where he still don't want to be in her life. He still want to make sure that she know who he is, but don't want to be in her life. So I would say me, my mom, my brother in the picture, trying to make a life, me going to college, still keeping in touch with her father, just making a better life for her.
Okay. And what is something that you think you can use as like a resource? If you could pick something, if you had like a wish list, what would it be that you think would change your life for the better?
Going to college.
Going to college, okay. And do you know how the college application process goes?
No.
Okay. So
I was trying to find it out this year, my senior year.
Okay, so you know we're going to be doing that during the 5th week of the program. We'll be doing some college and career awareness, so that'll be a good opportunity for you. Okay. Do you have any friends who are also teen moms?
No. I have one best friend. She's been with me since 7th grade. So she saw me go through the hurt, the pain, the crying, everything. So she, besides my mom, she's my other supporter.
And what was it that made you, you know, cry? And what was the biggest thing that you felt you had to accept as far as being a teen mom?
The fact that I'm still going through what my mom is going through. Like, so she's a single mom. I saw my father actually walked out on her. So that's something I'm still trying to go through. Even though me and him do have a relationship, I still can't get over the fact that he walked out my mom when my mom was dealing with cancer.
And I know that has to be, you know, tough for you. You know, are you do you have any resources or programs that you're engaging in?
Yes, I am involved in the New Heights program at HD. They have that for teen moms and pregnant moms who need support. And I'm also in Healthy Babies. That's another program right here on Grant Street. They help teen moms with stuff they need, like diapers, wipes, everything that's needed, stuff like that.
But I have shared parts of my story. And some people are new, so you didn't hear it. Antonia, we need you present. So, a part of my story, and Brandon is my brother, my real brother, my biological brother. But a part of our story is that we grew up in a home where our dad was on drugs. And it was embarrassing. I remember a time when I was in pre-K, little kid, and we were going on a field trip. And a parent was there to be a chaperone for the field trip. So the teachers and the parents were talking, and I'm just a little kid sitting at the table. You know, they think that I don't understand what's going on. So I heard the teacher say to one of the parents, her father is in Jail. She spelled it. Of course, I've always been smart, so I knew what she was telling the parent. And I knew that my father was in jail, but it didn't become real to me until I heard adults talk about it around me. And it was embarrassing because I had other peers who were there who might have known what the teacher was telling the parent, that my father was in jail. And even growing up, I remember people would come to me like friends, and they would say, I saw your dad. Where's you stand? Oh, he was just at the liquor store, just hanging out, strung out on drugs, looking bad. How did you, even up until me being in college, these were the things that people would call me and tell me. So how do you think that made me feel?
Embarrassed.
Embarrassed, sad, depressed, ashamed, right? Because here I am trying to be successful, go to college, get away from this, but it's still a part of my story, because whenever people call me, it reminds me that no matter how successful I become, this is my life. This is what I'm dealing with. My dad is on drugs, and he has been that way since I was little.
My name is Montress Washington. I graduated from HD Woodson, and this fall I plan on attending University of the District of Columbia, and I reside in Ward 7. Violence is mainly over like material things, and I feel like it shouldn't even like exist for real.
What do you think that you have the power to stop violence? Not like to just, you know, stop it as a whole, but do you think you have the power to like do something to change people? Or
yes, I think I could get, basically that's why I was saying like the children's program, because if you can get to them while they're younger instead of them being like older and you try to get through soon and it's not getting through. You get to them while they're younger and maybe it won't, you know, the cycle won't repeat.
Figure out a way to call somebody and let them know I needed help because my kids were here and I felt like this was going to be it for me. He was like, well, let your son, let James call. So my mom, being my mother, talks to my son, but in return, she needs to hear my voice. So I get on the phone in the same way that I'm standing right here talking on the phone. This is the young man sitting in my face, watching every word come out of my mouth. And so my mom was like, you okay? I was like, no, not for real. I'm just so tired. I don't know what went through my mind. And again, I'm going to always give credit to God. He is very intelligent. And the things that came out of my mouth, Deneen wouldn't have said it, because I'd have been too nervous to really say anything. So my mom was like, you good? And I was like, no, Mom, I'm just tired. And he just looked and he was like, I was like, Mom, let me get up off this phone. She was like, is somebody there bothering you? I was like, yeah, Mom, I'm trying to tell you, Mom, for real. She was like, do you need me to come over there? Mom, man, if you don't stop tripping on this phone, yeah, Mom, I'm telling you, yeah, I'm just tired. Let me feed the kids. And she was like, we on our way. I was like, all right, Mom, that's a good look. I love you. And I'm hanging up the phone. He was like, Dad, y'all got to go through all that still? Because that was a little ritual we did all the time. We talk before I go to bed or however the case may be to let her know I'm in my house. So they're on their way to me, my mom and them, but I was living across from Rice Seed Road. It was Landover Mall back then. It wasn't Landover Mall. And as things was dwindling down, I come out of the room, because he hadn't got up in the front of me. I come out of the room. I said to my son and my daughter, come on, let me put y'all to bed. And I leaned over and I said to my kids, I love y'all. Y'all gonna hear some noise, whatever y'all hear, don't open up the door. I knew my daughter didn't understand, because she was only 2, but my son being 9, I knew he did. And I'm kissing them and I'm saying I love y'all, and the tears just coming out of my eyes because I felt like this was my last time to see my children. And as I locked the door, I said to myself, please don't come out, because I'd rather for somebody to break in to get to you all than I have easy access to come to. I'm locking the door, getting in the bed. And I walked out the bedroom. And I put them in my bed instead of their room. I walk out of the bedroom. I go towards the living room. The balcony door is wide open and my front door is wide open. Which in my head was like, he's going to run or jump over the balcony just to get away. But he was going to do something. I just did not know what. So I'm standing and walking in the living room towards the iron board, and I just think by the iron board and was like, why you got all these doors open, bad boy? And he just said, oh, I thought you loved me. And before I can say that I loved him or anything in my mind to make him not do whatever was getting ready to happen, he just started beating me. He beat me so bad in my head and on the side of my head that I had, both of my eyes were shut. And I had this knot on my head that I couldn't believe. And my mom was saying when she got there, she couldn't understand how your skin stretched so big. But he beat me and he beat me and he beat me till I was just falling towards the balcony door. And all I remember is dropping down to the floor. And when I looked up, all I heard was his foot was like lifting up and he was getting ready to smash my head. And I did my arms like this and hollered, Lord, shield me. But before I went completely out, I remember hearing all the bones in my arms right here and crushed. And I was out. But from all the noise, different people were calling police. But remind you, I had already called the police. Whenever I heard him in the closet, I did dial 911. But because he snatched everything out of the wall and I was on the phone, I didn't know how to come back and answer the other line. So I remember my son coming in the living room screaming, he killed my mommy, but I wasn't dead. I was hearing everything in my subconscious that was going on. He had done jumped out the balcony, ran over the Landover Mall and called 911 and said the bitch cut him. He had a little scar, must be on his hand, but it didn't come from me cutting him. It came from when I fell and I'm at the balcony door, the glass shattered. So that went on. I'm sitting in the living room, the ambulance, police, everybody is there, my family is there. And all of my son said he can remember was, he's sitting on the chair saying, help me Jesus, don't let me die. My son said, the knot on my head began to draw up. And I was like, oh my God. But at the hospital, they sent me home. And when I came home, in the hospital, I had my hands, they had both of my arms tied to the bed. So I couldn't tell you all who I look like and what I look like. But if you check my Facebook page out, I take pictures, selfies. I take pictures every day. Because there was a time where I was unrecognizable in 1998. No one could identify who I was because of the beating that I took from that man who broke in my house. And to put the cape on this, when I would stay with my mom at that time, trying to hide from him, he was always on the lookout to try to do something to me. And so one day, I'm down at Hampton Mall with my daughter, and he caught us together. He was like, get in the car, I just want to talk to you, I just want to tell you I'm sorry, I love you. And in my head, like, what am I supposed to say to somebody other than to be nice? I slept with this man, but in my mind, I had a plan. I slept with him, I would hang out with him, and he called to tell my mother, oh, she's not going to press charges on me. She loves me. And I was like, in my mind, I didn't know he was calling my mom and had my mom on the line listening to me, talking to him, and us doing whatever we were doing. So when it was time to go to court, they were trying to find me in the court, and I'm sitting here the whole time waiting on the detectives and the police, but they had this picture inside of a folder, and they were basing the way I would look or should look from the picture. So when they see me, no one even knew that it was me because I looked totally different. So we get in the courtroom, and my mom says to me, I don't even know why I'm here with your ass, because I heard all the conversations and how you were sleeping with him. I said, but did you ever recognize that I did a whole lot of stuff because this man threatened my family? He used to sit across the alley every day when his house was vacant. He can tell me what you had on, what daddy had on. I did that for my family. I lied, because this day here, he's not going to walk out of the courtroom before me, and he's sure enough not going to hit the street after me. But he ended up, when he seen the picture, he said he done it. He admitted that he did it. He's doing his time in jail. And the things that I needed you guys to pick out and understand was domestic violence, it hurts everybody. It's just not a beating that you take on a physical realm, on a mental realm, or emotionally realm. It's something that everybody becomes affected by. So I'm saying to you all, who in here ever experienced verbal abuse or physical abuse from a relationship?
Like what? My first love, like, he hit me with a gold clip.
I can't do this, too emotional.
We hit me with a gold clip, and I was 16. I lost my first child. I remember she called the police. And he's in jail. He's like committed against something. But like a lot of people, like while I was there, a lot of people just wanted like to kill him. I didn't know anything.
So how do you feel now? Do you feel like I was stupid? Do you feel like I was a winner from making sure that he got what was justice due to him? Do you miss him? Because the truth of the whole matter is, even though we go through domestic violence, we take the beating, and please understand me when I say this, we as women beat men too. There are men who are being abused. And do not think or hesitate that they will not call 911 on you. It goes both ways. Both sex struggles with domestic violence. So, just because you get out of it does not denote the emotional bondage that you had with a person will allow you to leave that person. Because somewhere
I
down the
enjoyed
line,
Tumaini today. Exciting program, energetic people. I'm happy to be a part of it. I'm ready to go on trips and meet new people and do different things. I had fun today, the first day. Looking forward back to tomorrow and have a good summer.
Where? St. Aug and Rodney. Oh, okay, yeah.
PG right now.
Okay, cool. Okay, so professors and you say something that's out of context, they look at you crazy, right?
Yeah, because I be dead serious and I be telling them.
Yeah. And they probably like, what are you talking about? Like, where'd that come from? What does that feel? But that goes to show, like, everything, when you articulate to someone, you're basically showing how educated you are. And as young black females, it is a statistic that we are not very educated. Basically based off the videos that we see on WorldStar, Instagram, everything that you do is looked at in a bad light. So it is your job to make society believe that you are educated, that you do know how to articulate, that you do have etiquette, that you have manners, and your appearance is presentable. So when you go to a job interview, just only people raise their hands. When you go to a job interview, or when you're preparing for a job interview, what are you doing? What type of dress are you? What type of clothes are you wearing?
I act white when I go on a job interview.
You act white. So what is acting white? That's a good. I get that way too much. I get that too. And you know it's fine, but what is acting white?
And I talk like them, like I talk like them.
Who's them?
Just for a couple of minutes though, and then I go back on.
Who is them though?
Like the people like I come down.
So if I was interviewing you, would you talk like me or would you talk like them, the white people or beige people?
On the phone, you sound.
On the phone, I'm pretty sure you. On the phone, if I talk to you on the phone and you call me about a job and you see me like, oh my God, I didn't know she talked like that. But I know how to turn it on and open. I need to.
Okay, that's good. So talking white is just mean talking proper then.
Yeah, I talk like them.
Or talking like them. Okay. So when you're going for, so I call you for a job interview. When you're preparing for that job interview, what's your attire like?
Black is good.
Black. Okay.
Black dress or like some slacks or blazers.
Okay.
It's like heels or like black.
Okay.
Some kids. Yeah, it's like business attire.
Business attire. Okay. Now, say you decide to wear a skirt on your interview.
You have to compare
Like skirt.
No, no.
Yeah. We're in 2014, so it definitely doesn't have compassion needs. But fingertip length is cool. I mean, unless you got some really short arms and it just don't work. You know, you got your. So you basically want to have fingertip length skirts or dresses. Depending on the role or the job that you are interviewing for, depends a lot on your attire. So I'm in entertainment, so people want to expect me to be bubbly and wear vibrant colors and be very personable. Black does nothing for my personality, so I would never wear black to an interview.
Boring.
It is. So when I go on interviews, when I used to go on interviews, I like to wear a nice dress with a blazer. The dress isn't form-fitting, it's usually loose around the area and, you know, can flow. So when you're going for job interviews, you want to be as business savvy as possible, and meaning you'll have a, I'll show you, this is what I usually take. Something like this. This will have your resume. You should have at least 4 copies of your resume and any reference letters. And also, when you're talking to whoever's interviewing you, they like open-ended answers. They're going to give you questions and they expect you to elaborate on them.
But some, when you get open answer, they be like, oh, I think she was going to say that or something like that.
Good. You want to surprise them. You definitely want them to say, oh, she's going to move on to phase 2 or phase 3 of that process. So, in the interview process, you walk in and you greet who? Secretary?
Like 3 people.
Okay, so who's done the interview before? Everybody? So what was your interview experience like?
I went yesterday.
Okay, where were you interviewing at?
At TJ Maxx.
Okay, so what did you wear?
I wore a business skirt and a dress suit for the class.
Okay. Okay, so how do you think your interview went?
Good. They liked me.
They liked you? Okay. So what was some of the feedback they gave you? Because they give you feedback. Yesterday?
Yeah.
Yesterday. Okay. So when you walked in there, did you have the expectation that, were you nervous? Were you antsy? Were you...
When I saw the lady, she looked happy, so I was there.
Okay. So sometimes the character of the person interviewing you can also depict on how you're going to act in an interview. If you get someone that's in there that's stiff and just like a stick in the mud, it's your job to be personable with that person.
I'm like, you don't gotta be nasty.
You cannot say that.
I don't like that when they be rude and they be like, trying to be all smart, like.
Yeah, let me tell you, my very first interview that I had outside of college where I graduated was at the National Institute of Health. Anybody know about the National Institute of Health?
I think so.
It's a research facility that is the largest research facility in the country, and basically there's a lot of scientists, doctors, and everything like that. So when I went for my interview, I was on a panel interview, and I had 5 people interviewing me at once. So they were drilling me, just nonstop for about 30 to 45 minutes. Yeah, it was intense.
Probably was a relief when you got out of there.
You know what? When I said it really depends on the character of the interviewer, because everyone in there was a scientist or a doctor. I'm not a scientist or a doctor. So right there, I was nervous. I'm interviewing at the largest institute in the country for research. Right there, I was nervous. So going in there, I was nervous. And then sitting in front of a panel of 5 people that have all these humongous degrees and make X amount of dollars a year, I was nervous. But like I said, with situations like that, you have to be very personable. They expect you to be nervous. And you don't show them that. They want you to be very smug, like they are, dry. They want you to, basically, your purpose is to show them personality. Okay? So, in interviewing, I had about 20 questions I had to answer. Like I said, they were just drilling me. And at the end of the interview, they said, "We love you." The one lady, and she was the director of the department, she said, "I love you. Like, when can you start?" And the other lady was like, "We want her in our department." So I had a lot of different jobs to choose from. So I was a tug of war.
Who paid more?
That was the question I had to ask. Where is this funding coming from? How much dollars am I going to make a year is what I need to know. But at the end of the day, I picked my position, and I ended up staying there for the next 3 years. And actually coaching interview courses for new hires in orientation. And basically the feedback that I can give you is, when you are interviewing, be as personable as possible. They want to see you as the person, you as the candidate. Why should they choose you? What sets you apart from anybody else that's interviewing for this position? Any questions?
So with all things get understood. So,
all right.
So back at 18, my man said, "Look, man, you gonna make me change somebody, touch somebody, dude, trust me. Believe me when I said it." And I was a human vegetable. I was dumb as a doorknob. I was like that for 3 years. Immediately, I understood what this man was saying to me. Of one conversation. Like the shackles dropped off my eyes, my brain was freed up, the locks was off the door, everything. I like literally understood. Just like I can understand everything y'all saying, right? Y'all seen the butterhead before. Yeah. So I hope y'all understand what I'm talking about. Bam, off the goop, gone. Right? Sleep on the ground, crushed. Cold kick him, smack him, everything. Right? So that's where I was at. My mind said, "Listen, man, you gonna be touched, change lives." I said, "What?" I said, "First of all, my mind, who are you?" Mind you, I'm conscious now, I'm here with it. Somebody, man, who is you? Right there. Who is you? Yeah, my man said, "Yeah, I'm Bishop Stewart, man. Welcome back." I said, "What? Welcome back where?" Man said, "Welcome back to the real world, man. Wake up, because you've been asleep a long time." I said, "Man, how long have you been asleep?" The man said, "You been asleep for, man, over 3 years." I said, "Man, what?" I said, "How old am I?" He said, "Man, you 18 years old." I said, "I'm 18. I started thinking. I tried to go back, eat my memory. I can't even go back. Unless somebody bring up something, or unless somebody say something that can trigger something in my head, that's the only way I can bring up something that happened in my past. Right now, I just can't go back to my childhood, none of that type of stuff. It's all good, it's cool with me. It just create more room for my future. This is why my stuff is so bright. This is why I got a new outlook and positivity. This is why we can move forward forcefully. We ain't just move lollygag, we want to forcefully move forward. You see? So my man say, man, look, if you could see yourself 2 minutes ago, man, that ain't 2 seconds, 2 words ago. He said, man, you'll understand that God is real, son. And that he got a plan for your life. And this is what I'm here to tell y'all, son. It's a plan for y'all life out here. It's a plan, it's a vicious plan for your life. It's vicious. He said you're going to be able to do something that other people just can't do. Everybody can't come here and holler at y'all. Everybody can't go to the jails and holler at y'all. Man's going at y'all. They throwing tomatoes. They smacking people. They doing the right stuff. You see what I'm saying? They say, you know what I'm saying, y'all cat like me or whatever like that come through. It ain't got nothing to do with me because I'm just a vessel. I was a vessel. You see what I'm saying? But the young black man, see, it takes that young black man to break the yokes. That's gonna break all stereotypes. Y'all here to break stereotypes.
Like this. This is your dad's position to have. So I know all three of you has had some involvement in the juvenile justice system, and you know that, you guys know that I've worked in education. I've also worked closely with the juvenile justice system. I'm really interested in knowing, you know, your experiences in the system. What got you there? How, what kind of placements you may have been or experienced, and just overall your experience in the juvenile justice system as a youth. Whoever wants to go first can go first.
I got arrested one time for being outside after curfew. I didn't get arrested no more though. And last year in like November, I had to go to court for my brother because he got sentenced 40 years for some stuff that he did.
How did that make you feel?
I was crying. I was mad too.
Okay. And so when you were arrested for being out after curfew, what was the consequence for that?
Nothing. I was going to the store or something. I forgot what I was doing. And when they got me in the car, they asked me for my mother. My mother had to come pick me up from down 6th District.
Did you learn your lesson?
Yeah, you just watch out for the police when I'm outside.
Okay. Eric, what was your experience like?
When I was 14, I got a charge for sort of a friend, and it was that time when I first realized about the government and the way their system works, including the court system. And from that day on, I just don't agree with the court system because it's like, I feel like it's a setup against all young black people, just to set us up, make us look just anything sort of. And after I caught that charge, I don't want to speak on what it was for, but yeah, I know I was wrong. And
okay. What lesson did you learn?
From the court system?
Yeah, from being involved in the court system.
Okay, well, one thing I learned is that if you choose to be involved with the juvenile court system, then it's not a choice that you would want to take because they are pinning charges down on people who are 17 and still juveniles and trying to take them away from life. So.
Okay. What about you, Daquan? What was your experience in the juvenile justice system?
Well, last summer, some of my friends I was with, they were stealing, and all of us got called because they said that I was a lookout or something. But yeah, it was like it's very hard trying to get out of this system because they take you through like a long process just to get you cleared and stuff, and it takes a long time, and I wouldn't want nobody to be in that predicament that I was in. So,
were you ever in a out-of-home placement? Like a detention center, like YSC or shelter house, group home? No? Okay. So you just had to go back and forth to court. You had a probation officer?
Yeah, they gave me probation.
So are you off probation now?
Mm-hmm.
What lesson did you learn through this experience?
Well, choose my friends wisely, and if I'm in a situation like that, like, just to get out of it and stuff.
How do you guys think your neighborhood influences
the likelihood of a youth being involved in the court system? What impact does the people around you have on the likelihood of you going into the criminal justice system?
I think it's a bad impact because people walking around smoking down the street, smoking and drinking in front of young kids like they do. If that was their kids, I don't think they would do it at home, sitting right in front of their face.
I agree with that because this weekend, man, Tom was talking about how you ever just stop and listen, and the only thing we could hear was just police siren and ambulance, and there's kids around the way, so we know there's young people around there who see bad things going on. If that was my kid, I wouldn't want that, period.
So you guys just kind of stopped in your neighborhood and just listened?
Yeah,
just
we was in the house. It was real surprising. It was just sitting down, just stop talking. And he mentioned it. He was like, "You don't hear that?" I said, "What?" He said, "It's just all ambulance and police." I was like, "That's true, bro. And for real." That made me realize this weekend that for real, I can't just get stuck out here. Because if I get stuck, it's like my trails is just gone. I don't have nowhere to go.
This is injera, okay? Everybody's hands are clean, so it's okay. Alright? So you take the injera and you break a piece, right?
I've never thought about myself like that.
Break the injera, right? This is the injera. This is the inside of the injera. So you can cut it with your hands, and then you eat like this. Hey, man. Why y'all laughing? You eat it like this. Okay, so you like grab your food with the injera. That's how you eat it. That's it? That's it. Chicken and steak ball. Steak ball. Bread. Why you scared of bread?
Maybe because everyone's still linking there. They are definitely
Hi, I'm Cornelia. Today was fun because I got to talk with people I didn't really know, and usually I'm just sit back and not really talking. So they basically showed that I'm getting out of my shell of being shy around people, which I'm trying to work on better. But so far today it's fun.
So you all are our college students, right? And when we were building this program and we knew that we had some older youth, and then I reached out to you all and some of you said that you were in school, our first question was, how do we make sure that this program is geared towards all age? Because we have people who are 16, we have people who are 19, we have college students, we have people who want to go to college. So we wanted to make it suitable for all of you, right? So tell me about what made you want to go to college?
Well, what made me want to go to college, I want to change some things that's going on in society. And well, I'm not the only one in my family that's going to college, but I have a cousin that just graduated from college, and I'm going to be the second one. And I want to make my mother proud, that's all.
Okay. Why did you decide to go?
Get away and experience this college life and the change. Well, see if I see if it's different from. I wanted to see my vision of it and my perspective, however people say it is, because it's not however people say it is.
And how has your experience been being away?
Fine. I'm ready to go back.
You ready to go back to school already?
Yes.
Okay, what do you like about it most?
I got early schedule, but I mean, I just get my work done. That way I can enjoy like the activities that goes on campus. That's it. Oh, and cheering is fine. Cheering, you're a cheerleader. What about you, Janae?
Well, honestly, I didn't really want to go to school. But I got the Achiever Scholarship, so I went. But I'm happy I did go, because now I'm the second person in my immediate family to go to college. Because my mother, she didn't think I was going to go. So I proved her wrong too. But it was okay, but I think it'd be better this year when I go to a different school, because I went to Trinity, all-girls school. Not really my kind of thing. So.
What school will you be going to?
Virginia Wesleyan. But right now, in the fall, I'm going to go to PG and take some more classes so I get my credits up, because I didn't do well.
Okay. So what are you going to do better this time? Okay. And if you could offer any advice as a college student, if you can offer any advice to someone who is living in DC, living in your community, who's in high school right now, what would it be? What advice would you offer them?
Managing your time. You gotta managing your time, because when you manage your time, you managing your whole life schedule. That's it.
I could say, like, build a relationship with the professors and stuff. So, like, if you need help, they'll help you.
Okay. And also think about if you really want to go to school, because if you don't really want to go, you shouldn't go, because you're just wasting money, and then you just leave. But you should really think about it before you go, because some people don't like it, and it's too overwhelming, or just take a year off and then go when you get yourself together and everything.
Okay. So you all know that a big part of our pledge, we always say, I am Tumaini DC, and basically what that means is that Tumaini means hope. So it means that I'm the hope of DC, I'm the hope of my community, I'm the hope of my family. I'm going to be the leader, I'm going to be the person that's going to build others up as I build myself. Not saying that we're all there yet, right? But in me trying to get there, I'm climbing the ladder, but I also have one hand down so I can pull someone else up with me. So that's basically what, when we say I am Tumaini DC. So can just each one of you just tell me why you feel you are Tumaini DC? And you can just say I'm Tumaini DC because.
It don't matter who. I am Tumaini DC because I feel as though I'm a leader, and I'm working on still becoming a leader, and the program is teaching me how to be a better leader.
I am Tumaini DC because I'm a leader. I don't judge people, and the program is helping me to accept people more and not judge them.
Yeah. I am Tumaini DC because I have a support team that's always there and molding me to become someone better every day.
Good. And if you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
If I could change one thing about myself, it would be my attitude.
And we always talk about your attitude, and I say that we are one and the same, because when I was in high school, I had the same type of attitude, and it took a lot of reality checks, right, from teachers, friends, just people who came in my life that said attitude is everything. Nobody wants to deal with someone who's raunchy, who thinks they know everything. But we are all growing, and sometimes I still have to check myself and say, did I say that right? Did that come out the right way? Because I'm so blunt, I have to be mindful of people's feelings. So in you changing your attitude, how do you think this program is supporting you in being able to change your attitude?
Me being outspoken, but be outspoken in the right way.
It's not what you say, it's how you say it, right? It's not what you say, it's how you say it. Because I always tell you, use your voice. Use your voice, Deandra. People, you need to be the voice of the people, because somebody next to you might be like, wow, man, I hope Deandra say this for me, because I'm not going to say it, right? Like, sometimes you become the voice of the people, but at the same time, you got to make sure that you are the positive voice of the people, so that
the people who you're speaking to believe in what you're saying, right? And that they actually act upon what you're saying. Because the only way we reap results is if we propose something positive. You know, nobody's gonna listen if you cussing them out or you going there, right? So those changes that we're making, I can see it. I can see all three of you growing. And I actually reached out to Deandra and I said, you three are going to be my core, my little mentor group, because you have what it takes, but there are some little building blocks that we got to work on to get you all where you need to be. But you all are going to be a big part of our Queens Unite initiative, because I feel like all three of you are queens, young ladies on a mission, going there. Y'all are going there, really, and we all can get there together if we support each other. And y'all are already friends, so you have the foundation. Friends, 3 friends that's all in college and going the right way. When I was in high school, I didn't have 3 friends who were going to college and going the right way. I met a lot of my friends when I got there. And even, I'll honestly say, you know, people say no new friends, but some of the best people that have came in my life have come into my life like within the last 3 or 4 years. That's true.
I'm trying to keep it through that. Eric, what? That's good. Good.
Go down there.
I want to go in the water with the guy. Look. Go, Janae. Well, she's not even cute for real. She just did it. Janae.
What's up? Come on now, Chief.
Sorry.
They come.
Come on in here. She's got the food.
They know about the food down the board. You said you was going to do something. I know how you know. I said that before. Come on in there.
Somebody messed it up.
Say we are.
We are.